Welcome to the B spot. We're gonna have ball at B spot.
Don't forget, you got to introduce the referee.
Is going to sing our
Actually, where is the referee?
And walking with the flag is one of our participants.
Just so they don't start without him again.
At the Equi-librium program. His name is Jim.
The one year they started at Chucker and he was still over there. Now he's coming out.
Walk out to the field.
Yep. And everybody is out, so they should start shortly after that. Assuming the national anthem singer doesn't get hit with a horse. The guy almost ran into her.
Did they? Oh, there's a flag. Okay. Looking at the goalpost for a flag. Nicely done.
Yeah, they'll all get around the center line. That's when they're close. And usually the guy introduces everyone, but who knows?
Yeah, that's a standard for a lot of them. Yeah, I think Annie's the only one that's going to help us out. She's got a whiter helmet for Annie.
You want to come up now? You can just introduce him. Are you all right?
Sure.
The guy's not saying anything, but...
Check 1, 2, test 1, 2. Thank you, Lauren, for the...
Welcome back once again to Braden Air Park in Easton for the 2020 edition of the Lehigh Valley Polo match for Equi-librium, the 6th annual event to benefit a very worthwhile cause. And Dan, it's good to see a lot of familiar faces as far as players this year. In fact, all 7 players that we will see here today were in the same spot a year ago.
It's wonderful to have everybody back, and wonderful to have a sporting event to announce, Chris.
Yep.
What have we done for 6 months? I'll tell you, it's just amazing. But when you think about it, sports like polo, sports like golf, a lot of social separation already built into the mix. So carry on with the 6th annual Polo for Equilibrium match here in the Lehigh Valley. We've got a great slate of players out there, Chris. In the red, Brown Daub. In the blue, East Coast Legacy. You might remember them from last year. East Coast Legacy with number 1, Anders Hedberg, a 6-timer here. He hasn't missed an event. Number 2 is Juan Vidal, an architectural photographer, also a 6-timer. He's aboard Luna, by the way. And number 3, Mark Mulligan, who is riding Kinoto. Mark Mulligan, instrumental in bringing this event to Equilibrium, and we're so glad that he did 6 years ago. In the red for Brown Daub, we have Annie Oniski wearing number 1. She's aboard Shakira. Number 2 is, number 4 that is Dave Halliday. Dave was last year's referee. He's aboard Paloma, gets to play this year. His wife will be switching off with him in opposing chuckers. His wife is Victoria. She is a professor of landscape design at Del Val College, not too far from here. And number 3, Mauricio Diaz, coming in from New York today. He is originally from Costa Rica, and he is aboard Del Machio.
And we're off and running. As Dan said, that Brown Daub is in the red, white, and blues. And Legacy Team East Coast Jets, they're in the primary blue uniforms. We have our first shot on goal. It's looking straight. And they're checking with the referee, who is Steve Conroy. And it looks like Brown Daub did score first.
And Oniski wearing number 1. Usually the forwards will be wearing number 1, and she is doing her team a great justice there by scoring the first one. You don't have to shoot it in. Sometimes you can kind of just trot it in, and she had the advantage of doing that off the long ball from the opening throw.
Now, like they did last year, they're going to be switching directions. So after every goal, they will switch, and you'll see Brown Daub now going from right to left. They have the advantage. Mauricio Diaz leads the pack. Now, the players told us that the field is slightly longer this year. Shot on goal
is a tail
just
shot
off to the left.
Showing you some skills right off the bat. And yeah, it's kind of interesting, Chris. When you score on the right side of the field, when it's the restart, now you're aiming at the left goal. And the idea is to keep the conditions even for each team, more immediate change of direction rather than wait for a chucker to end. And you can see already Brown Daub jumping on that one. A beautiful tail shot, just missing wide to the left. So it looks like they'll have a toss in here, or a knock-in rather, for Team Brown Daub in red.
It looked like Mark Mulligan might have also got his stick on that shot on goal to alter it just a little bit. Mark Mulligan is actually going to be playing the number 3 spot, which is more of a defensive position.
And I take it back. That was a penalty shot that was awarded to Brown Daub. Mauricio Diaz threading the needle through a lot of traffic. And no, the referee's calling it off. That was not a goal.
Now, the players had told us that they were going to be doing penalty shots in between chuckers this year, which is something radical to the sport. But it doesn't look like they actually are going to do that because they obviously took the penalty shot there. I think the immediate concern that the players had with doing that would be if you have multiple penalty shots. First of all, that affects your strategy to do it after a chucker is over. But second of all, if you have multiple penalty shots, there's some decision about who shoots when. Now there's a shot on goal.
There it is.
And that is good.
Dave Halliday, number 4 for Team Brown Daub, getting the retake on the penalty shot. I believe there was actually a second infraction on the first penalty shot. So there you have it, 2-0 Brown Daub. The first goal coming like 20 seconds in, the second one within the 3-minute mark here of our 7-minute first chucker.
And this year we are once again going to have 6 chuckers of 7 minutes in length. And the very popular halftime event, Replacing the Divots, will take place this year.
A lot of commotion going on here from the opening toss. Anytime there's a goal scored here. And contact between the horses, yes, that is a part of the sport. Now Anders Hedberg appears to have the advantage, but only for a moment.
First good opportunity here for Legacy to try to score. And it's denied. Brown Daub will take it the other way. Hedberg, who's been here all 6 years, leading the pack. Juan Vidal gets back to steal it away.
Lots of defense this time. Juan Vidal has had enough of Vidal, that is, has had enough of the scoring. He did a nice job of turning that one with the backswing.
Hedberg leaves it for Vidal, and it's a goal for Juan Vidal. One of the best players on the field today scores the first goal for the Legacy team and East Coast Jets.
And you saw some great teamwork there between the goal scorer Vidal and Hedberg. Vidal actually got things started with a defensive move, and then wisely just headed right upfield, counting on his teammates to get him the ball at the end.
So Brown Daub still leads 2-1. Over halfway through our opening chukker. Juan Vidal again active. He's on the attack again, trying to tie the score up.
Chris, this is a relatively shorter field than most outdoor events. We're thankful for Braden Air Park to provide it to us through the Lehigh Northampton Airport Authority. They've been very gracious in allowing us to use the field right alongside their airstrip here. And the field measures just about 2 football fields in width and about 3 football fields in length. Far shorter than the 9 football field total square footage of a typical polo pitch.
Yeah, the players were told they were going to stretch the limits a little bit this year and have the boundaries a little bit further than normal, but clearly nowhere near a regulation polo match.
So you'll see lots of action, kind of in a sprint format too. No time to rest on your laurels.
Mark Mulligan with the hit after the redrop. Mulligan's shot's going to be off to the right. Let's see if Vidal can pick him up and shoot it through, and he does get it in. Vidal with his second straight goal, and we are tied at 2 apiece.
Is that you, Mark? Mr. Mulligan.
Mulligan with the assist, Vidal with the finish.
No, Juan.
Mulligan riding Kinoto here in Chukker 1, and Vidal riding one of his favorites, Luna. He, in Chukker 2, will introduce us to Sondresa, who is an Argentine horse that is most common, raised in that polo-hungry country for the sport.
Now, as in previous years, they will change horses every chukker, but it was an interesting conversation we had with some of the riders today in that there's a lot of strategy involved as far as which horse gets ridden for which chukker. Annie Oneski, who likes to be referred to as Annie O after her favorite television character, Annie Oakley, which you can see on RCN TV this fall, by the way. But she was saying that a lot of times she'll pick a horse, and then Juan Vidal will say, okay, I think this horse is best matched with that horse, and then Annie might switch at the last minute. So there's a lot of strategy that goes on before these riders ever get out here on the field.
Absolutely, Chris, no doubt about that. Steve Conroy is our referee. Blew the whistle. You might have heard he's a certified referee from Surrey, England, 50 miles south of London. Comes to us from New York to officiate today's match and works several matches out in Southampton each year. Very well respected. Blew the whistle there for a penalty or an infraction. And it looks like this will be a midfield free hit for the blue team, East Coast Legacy.
The most common infraction we'll see here today will be the ride-off. A horse will come and ride parallel to going after the ball. Their direction forms an invisible parallel line to where the ball is. If you go inside that invisible line in the judge's eyes, as we have another shot on goal, and it's going to be good. And now a 3-2 lead for Legacy team.
Well, Juan Vidal just exposed a very potent weapon out there, and that is the free shot, even from midfield. Now, we do have a bit of a crosswind here today, nothing really aiding the ball from left to right or from right to left, but he gets the job done yet again aboard Luna.
And that might be it. We were right around the 30-second mark, and if we get within 30 seconds and there's a penalty or there's a shot on goal, that closes the chukker, and I believe that will in fact do it. A late flurry by Legacy team and East Coast Jets as they have 3 straight goals from Juan Vidal to take a 3-2 lead at the end of 1.
no sound. Steve, hold on 1 second. Okay, we got a lot going on over here, Steve. So, all right. So we have a new timer with me. Her name's Madison. And we are ready for chucker number 2, ladies and gentlemen.
Getting ready to start the second chucker of the 2020 Lehigh Valley Polo match for Equi-librium, the 6th annual event. And our second chucker is underway. We now have Victoria Holliday on the field for Brown Daub. She will occupy the number 1 position, and Annie O will slide to number 2 for our second chucker.
Nice shot.
You know, originally we were told that, Chris, that they might be changing numbers. It looks like Annie will stick with number 1. They did find a 4th jersey for Victoria's husband, Dave, so Victoria gets to keep the number 2, but this is her first chucker on the field. We saw her warming up a little bit earlier. She will be wearing number 2 for the red team, Brown Daub, and she is the professor at Del Valle College in landscape design.
Brown Daub now on the attack. Brown Daub trailing 3-2 after they had led 2-0, and a very solid hit. Let's see who can get there first. And we're going to have a late surge by Vidal to contest the shot on goal. In fact, they don't even really get a good shot. And Juan Vidal with the best defensive play we've seen so far, hustling back to blow up what would have been an open shot on goal for Brown Daub.
Uh-oh, lots of ride-overs, leaves the goal wide open for an attempt here.
Well, it's cleared away. Hedberg cleared it out. As Dan mentioned, Andreas has been here all 6 years of this event. He normally attends this event after a summer-long trip to Europe, but obviously with the coronavirus, his annual summer trips were all canceled, and so he was in the United States prior to this week.
Hedberg originally from Sweden, where he has a son in the medical world there, and was even told by his son, it's probably best that you and Mom don't come until things get straightened out with the vaccine.
Boy, a nice back hit by Vidal, but Brown Daub steps up, takes advantage of that back hit that was hit right to 2 players in the same spot, and Brown Daub ties the score at 3 apiece. They have not announced who gets credited with that goal. They're going to ask Mauricio if he was the one that hit it in, and I think he gave a thumbs up.
Ball's in play.
So Mauricio Diaz with his first goal, and we're tied at 3 apiece. And right again, Brown Daub attacking. Juan Vidal trying to back hit it and clear it out.
Deep shot by Diaz to get it upfield. Victoria Halliday with a nice hook.
Yeah, her first action almost got a shot on goal, deflected away, and it's no good as it goes out of bounds and off to the right side.
Halliday had a claim there that she had the right of way. She established the line of the ball. She does have that corridor to pursue the ball, but no call, or is there a call here?
7.5 minutes long, so unlike football where it goes on all day.
And sure enough, there looks like there will be a penalty hit.
Mauricio Diaz will do the honors.
Once you hit that ball, Chris, and you have a clear pathway, or even if it's not clear, once you hit the ball, it establishes a corridor that you have the right of way to. Horses now can't come in. Other players with their horses can come in and try to ride you off of that line and take over that right of way, but you cannot cut off another horse that has just made a play.
There's Diaz's shot, looks to be wide left, and it's going to go out of play. There's a lot of speculation about what type of match we would see today, because they decided to make a conscious effort to call less penalties this year because they thought that kind of slowed down the game and it wasn't as much fun for spectators. So the riders in particular were kind of spectating what the referee today, Steve Conroy, how tight he would call it, or would he let a lot of things go. And for the most part, it seems like we've had just about the same amount of penalties we normally have.
That's the truth. And watching an international match, as you know, you'll see a lot of penalties. They get very aggressive out there with the horsemanship, riding off other players to get to the ball and such. A very aggressive game on the international level. More of a friendly today, I would say.
Diaz with a back hit. The biggest difference between the international and what we see here today is that the riders always have 4, whereas this event, the first year I think they played around with having 4, but they decided in terms of the smaller field conditions and just an overall entertainment value, it's better to just have 3. Brown Dove on the attack, shot on goal, and it's a good one. Brown Dove takes a 4-3 lead. Halfway through this second checker, they had the lead early 2-0, and now they lead 4-3.
Round of applause for everybody out on the field right now, everybody, if you don't mind.
Waiting for the scoring player to let his number be seen here. I'm guessing that that is Mauricio Diaz. Indeed it is.
So his second straight goal.
Diaz aboard Mariana this chucker. We'll be seeing Mariana again in the 5th chucker after a nice rest.
And again, we have a quick whistle, this one coming right after the drop.
Mildly windy day.
Steve Conroy making the call. And it will be advantage Brown Dove. So they just retook the lead, and now they have a restart. Mauricio Diaz to address the ball.
Oniski and Halliday remain, I would say, about 30 yards shy of the goalpost here. Halliday decides to go deeper. Oniski now cutting to the right. That's where the ball is heading. Now it's actually heading to the left where Oniski is.
And it goes wide left and out of bounds. And so Team Blue will dodge a bullet. Legacy team and East Coast Jets now trailing by 1. They will have the possession.
Waiting to see an end-to-end run here. The players have been very generous with the ball, trying to find each other. And of course, it's been a while since these exact combinations of riders and horses have been together, a full year. So it does take a little while to figure each other out, even if they're on your same team.
And it's knocked away. Brown Dove, nice defensive play getting back. Team Blue keeping the pressure on.
Minute 30 left on the clock.
And Mark Mulligan will come away with it for the Legacy team. And his shot on goal is a good one. Mark Mulligan with his second goal of the day. And we are tied at 4 apiece.
Mulligan aboard Hercules, which we will be seeing this horse again in the final chukker.
It's a quiet crowd.
Another beautiful day for the 6th annual event. A little bit more windy than previous years, but not affecting play at all. In fact, in terms of the actual play, no differences from previous years.
Good close game here. It's interesting, the goals coming in bunches for individuals. Vidal for East Coast Jets Legacy had 2 back-to-back goals in chukker 1. Diaz had back-to-back here in chukker 2. Let's see if Mulligan can complete the feat.
And a good back hit that time by Hedberg.
Turns it around.
Andreas was kidding that as he and the rest of us get a little older each year and come back, that his nickname is now Graybeard. I don't know if that's an official nickname for Andreas.
Great headman pass there by Mulligan to Vidal. Can he finish it?
And a shot on goal is off to the right.
10 seconds left in the chukker.
Just 10 seconds left here in our second chukker.
So they knock it in quickly, Chris. They want to get that extra 30 seconds out.
My bad on a 30-second rule, but that is the chukker.
So, okay, we just heard from the public address announcer the 30-second rule will not apply in today's benefit match. But when you do have an international match, or for instance the Founders Cup tournament final yesterday down at Tinicum Park along the Delaware River in Bucks County. They will blow a single horn at the end of the 7-minute chukker, but then there's 30 seconds added on as long as the ball continues to be in play. So 30 extra seconds to score a goal, but once that ball goes out of bounds or a goal is scored, that would be the end.
And at the end of our second chukker, we are tied at 4 apiece.
Let's go fast.
We got a tie game, ladies and gentlemen. They're getting fresh horses, and then we're going to go into the third chukker. And then after the third chukker, we're going to have a halftime and a divot stomp. And Juan is warming up his new horse. Come on over and say hi, Juan. Juan Vidal is the pro. He is the man. What's up, brother? Here we are at Juan Vidal. Say hi, Juan. And we are here at the Equi-librium show, and we're having a great afternoon. Great polo match. It's 4-4 even. And here comes his teammate Mark as well. So again, we're going to the third chukker, and then soon we're going to have a halftime event. And we'll be right back. Everybody's out on the field. As we we get ready to start chucker number 3, ladies
Ready
and
to start the
gentlemen.
third chucker. We're tied at 4 apiece. 2 goals each for Mauricio Diaz, Mark Mulligan, and Juan Vidal. And also for the Halliday couple, Victoria played the second chucker, and now Dave is back for chucker number 3.
Yeah, Dave's on top of Captain Cappy. We'll also see Dave on top of his Mount Cappy in chucker 6. So obviously a favorite there. Usually you can expect big things when a rider is atop one of their favorite horses. So no pressure on Dave, of course, wearing number 4 for the red-clad Brown Daub team.
And already a quick penalty was called. Everybody huddling together to get the call, and now they drop it.
Okay, we are underway.
And a nice back hit by Team Legacy. They try to take advantage.
Juan and Mark up front.
Oh,
And here's
great
Vidal.
move.
Making it happen.
Great move.
All by himself.
Diaz contesting, but Vidal gets a shot away, and it is no good.
Oh, my. Boy, he had all the room in the world thanks to a wonderful pick set, if you will, like in basketball, by Anders Hedberg. Made sure that the one opposing player was unable to get to Vidal, and Vidal had a clean run to the goal, just missing wide.
Now it's Brown Daub coming back the other way.
A next shot and then a follow-up.
And an SG.
This is Annie O. As Dan said, Annie O was busy at Tinicum yesterday, the only one today who was down there.
You know, you just had a perfect angle at an infraction there in the right-of-way zone, as it was Annie Oniski following up and being impeded by Mark Mulligan, who kind of cut her off with his horse and took away her right-of-way. She had control with the last tap of the ball, so it will be a free ball here, a free shot for Annie Oniski's team. Brown Daub.
This might be an equipment issue because Dave Halliday is riding all the way back to where the horses are. Nope, now he's turning around and coming back. Again, as Dan mentioned, he's wearing number 4, although we only have 3 competitors on each team, and he is not occupying the traditional 4 spot on the field.
Yeah, this will be a penalty shot. And waiting to see who might be taking this. All 3 teammates kind of having a discussion for Brown Daub.
I was curious where Dave was going.
Yeah, it seemed like he just wanted visual confirmation of something over in the paddock area. Not sure what.
Heard him yell play, it's a foul shot.
That
Well,
was
looks like it's
about.
going to be a foul shot for Brown Daub. And Halliday will take it. And it's a good shot.
Puts it in.
So the penalty shot for Halliday. Third one for the Hallidays tonight, and Brown Daub takes a 5-4 lead.
Nicely stroked by Halliday. Depending on the infraction, Chris, the penalty shot can come from all different parts of the field. The ones that are the most challenging, of course, are from midfield, but we've already seen somebody score from midfield on a penalty shot. So an easy layup of a shot, if you will.
Oh, a very competitive match once again this afternoon. Brown Daub had the early lead. Team Legacy had 3 in a row to take the lead, and now Brown Daub retakes the lead.
Halliday on the scoreboard for the second time. He scored once in the first chukker to give Brown Daub a 2-0 lead earlier.
And that shot does not cross the line, still in play. Back hit by Vidal. Sometimes riders will assume a ball is going to go out of play and slow down, and then it will just stop shy of the boundary line. And of course, you then play on.
Turned around by Mauricio.
Back hit by Diaz. And now back hit the other way by Hedberg. And Brown Daub kicks it back the other way. No advantage over the last 30 seconds.
Beautiful backswing.
Diaz giving chase. Ridden tightly by Vidal.
Not quite across the sideline. We're very close to the sideline here along the chain
Oh, I think they now said it did go out. It didn't look like it did from our vantage point. Maybe there's a penalty why they stopped play. And the referee, Steve Conroy, is directing.
Yeah, he's just going to bowl this one in because of the out-of-bounds call, I believe, or no, doesn't look like he is. He's awarded the ball to East Coast Legacy.
And here comes Mark Mulligan. Strong hit.
Oh, look at this ride-off.
Vidal with the inside track, but he can't hit it. Followed up nicely, though, by Hedberg. Still on the attack.
Oh, he got hooked. Beautiful defensive play there.
It was hooked by Halliday. And the shot is deflected, and we're coming back the other way. Brown Daub now on offense.
Oh, look at that horse
and
go.
A huge lead now for Brown Daub. This should be a goal if they can get there. Well, some hesitation by Diaz. That allowed Mulligan to catch up to him.
A next shot coming up, but no, look out.
Vidal.
My goodness. Not used to the tight sidelines that he has here at Braden. Vidal, used to playing at Tinicum and other places where you do have a wide expanse, was very good to be able to stop his horse on a dime like that.
Yeah, Vidal probably was accelerating and could have gotten there, but he would have had to crash into the barrier. And so he wisely slowed down, does not get the possession, and Brown Daub makes them pay as they take advantage and score the 10th goal of the match.
What an amazing angle. I believe that was Diaz. Yeah, Mauricio Diaz with the goal.
That's his third.
He is aboard Sophia here in the third chukker.
And so Brown Daub has a 2-goal lead.
Like I said, they switch sides after each goal, ladies and gentlemen, give each player a fair advantage to sun in their eyes. We're not in their eyes.
Over halfway through our third chukker. There was 6 this afternoon. And our popular divot replacing activity going on at halftime. That will be coming up next.
What a tight match. It's never been more than a 2-goal advantage for either team.
Vidal with the defensive play there. And the blue team, Team Legacy, trying to clear it out. And they're going to run out of real estate again. Vidal looked like he was the last one to touch on the way out. So it should be Brown Daub possession.
And there's a souvenir. Courtesy of Dave Halliday, knocking one underneath the chains. Suitable for autographs at the end of the match.
We have a foul shot.
So, Chris, one of the subtleties of the sport is what happens with the left hand. Everybody on the field uses the mallet in the right hand. That is a rule and a regulation. The left hand holds the reins, and each of the 4 reins is laced around a single finger. The slight touch of the reins has the horse responding so beautifully. These horses take many hours of training in order to be ready for competition, and it's just amazing horsemanship on the part of the players to be able to move and adjust the horse with just a little tiny touch or a little tiny tug. Most of the steering actually takes place with the legs and hips.
As you saw, Diaz missed his shot on goal wide right. And now we come back down the other way. Mark Mulligan in traffic, shot on goal.
Next shot.
It looks good, and it is a goal for Mark Mulligan, his third, and it's now a 6-5 match.
Tremendous effort there. Mark Mulligan taking a look at the traffic around him before just laying into a next shot, which actually goes underneath the horse's front, right in front of the chest, and threads the needle beautifully from about 50 yards away.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for everybody out there right now, please.
A closing minute of our third chukker. See if Team Legacy and the East Coast Jets can score one more goal before halftime to tie this one up again. Halliday with a back hit. Brown Daub trying to keep their advantage heading into the halftime period. And here we go. Oneski, Anio on the attack. Oh, missed an opportunity there. And Mulligan will back hit it for the Blues.
Uh-oh, trying to finesse it there for a moment was Diaz. He had it swiped away.
Vidal back down the other way, giving chase is Halliday.
Halliday by himself.
Look at that. He anticipates the ride-off here. Turns his horse in the way of the opposing horse. But a good job by Diaz. He's fighting for that ball back.
He didn't get a real good back hit there. And taking advantage is team legacy.
That was Halliday actually fighting back for it. My apologies.
Brown Daub, unable to take advantage there, and Vidal's going to steal it back as we are at the 30-second mark. Ooh, ball hit hard right off the foot of Anio's horse. Vidal picks it up. This would be for the tie. Anio trying to get there. She is ridden off by Diaz. That would have been an uncontested goal had Diaz not gotten there first.
Oh my, that was a flyer. Just over the sideline here. That'll be blown dead.
And that will do it for the first half of play, as we have a 6-5 match heading into the halftime period of the 6th annual Lehigh Valley Polo match for Equi-librium.
Right now, and we're going to come down. I think there might be an announcement or two. You hear some music, and we're going to invite you out on the field to do a little divot stop. So here's a chance for a photo op for yourself and your friends, and you can get out there and take a walk around. Don't stop the steaming piles. Just go through the grass. I'm going to turn it over to Wenda.
Great, thank you, Joe. Yes, and one other entertainment is Hillary Dobb will be taking mallets and balls onto the field, so come on out and learn how to play polo on foot. Thank you, Hillary, for sharing that education with us. Have a great time. We'll see you in 30 minutes. Thank you.
Are they gonna? They're not gonna start down there, are they?
Oh my gosh.
Are they gonna start down there?
Yeah, I guess. This is like a carryover? Yeah, I think we should.
Yeah, I guess we should.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to start chucker number 4. Can I hear you say, all right?
And just about ready to start chucker number 4. We're not going to start chucker number 4, though, from the midline. We're actually going to start it with a hit by Mark Mulligan from the Legacy team and East Coast Jets.
Mark Mulligan's got 3 goals already, Chris, alongside his counterpart, Mauricio Diaz, with 3 for Brown Daub. So a pretty tight match so far.
How many people want East Coast Jets to win today? Can I hear you?
And Juan Vidal with a nice write-off there to get inside Mauricio Diaz to back hit it. And now Brown Daub wearing the red, white, and blue uniforms on the attack. Legacy team East Coast Jets wearing the primary blue jerseys. Annie O on the attack up ahead. No one in front of her. Can she convert?
Oh,
yep.
Yes.
And Brown Daub with a 7th goal and takes a 2-goal lead here early in the second half.
Annie O, she's the icebreaker today. Got things started bright and early, 20 seconds into the match. Here she's only 44 seconds into the first chucker after halftime. And that'll, looks like, give Brown Daub a 7-5 lead.
And now we go back to the center line for the drop.
Balls in play.
Neither team has held a lead more than 2 goals today.
And Chris, speaking of ice a moment ago, Annie O's mount, Shakira, took a shot into one of the wraps.
Here's Mulligan with a shot on goal, and the shot is good. Mark Mulligan with his 4th goal. And just like that, Legacy team gets a goal back. And it's 7-6.
Let's give it up for Madison, my timekeeper over here. She's doing a great job, everybody.
Goals are coming fast and furiously here in the second half.
Thank you.
Mulligan now with his 4th goal of the afternoon. So he extends the hat trick a little bit further. Let's see if Diaz might have an answer for that, being that he's the other guy that has multiple goals with 3 heading into this second half.
And Juan Vidal on the attack. They switch sides. Vidal leading the break. And he has a clear shot on goal, and he's not going to miss that one.
You can't miss him today in this chucker on that beautiful gray tequila.
So Vidal scores the 13th goal.
East Coast score.
Actually, it's now tied at 7 apiece, 7-7.
Oh, it's been an amazing match. 2 goals has been the biggest lead so far throughout.
When a ball coming our way, and we'll literally go through the announcer's table.
Do you need that back? Oh. Steve, you have a few more of those, I hope.
And so Vidal will play on as they literally drop it right in front of us.
Oh,
Now, hit right off a horse. That's the 3rd time we've seen a horse get hit with a very strong ball.
that was Paloma, one of Dave Holliday's favorite mounts. Seems no worse for the wear, however.
The shot goes wide left.
So, Chris, they take great care to make sure that the shins of the horses are protected with bandages. In the first half, we saw one of Annie Oniski's mounts, Shakira, get hit. It was a shot by Juan Vidal, and it was a fast one. She said that luckily it hit the horse in the horseshoe. However, they are taking precautions, and they're icing up the ankle of Shakira.
Balls in play.
Ball's now in play. Brown Daub on the attack.
Dave Halliday, horse race. Right
Halliday leading everyone.
Anders trying to defend. All the way up
Anders
field.
Hedberg behind
Little bit of
him.
horse race all the way up.
Not a clean hit that time by Halliday. And the Legacy team will take it back and send it in the other direction.
Turned around.
A back hit by Brown Daub, but Vaughn Vidal is right there. He back hits it.
Out front.
And a shot on goal, it's good.
Oh.
Not a whole lot of room. We had a real good angle there as the ball looked like it was hit right between the horse's legs.
Oh my, I think it was Juan Vidal. Tequila made contact with the goalpost. You saw it flex. That's exactly how it's supposed to work. A little bit of a scrape-off technique there towards the goal as Mauricio gets the job done for Brown Daub.
7-8 is look.
So
Brown
now
Daub.
8-7 is the score.
Yeah.
Another tie-up right in the middle of the field for a few seconds. Now we get the horses out in the open.
Oh, you saw the sandwich play there. No call. They're going to let him play on, but generally speaking, a sandwich is going to result in a whistle in any professional or international match.
Halliday's shot on goal goes wide left. So this should be Legacy team's possession. Unless it hit off someone from the Legacy team, and apparently the referee, Steve Conroy, says that is the case. He's going to award possession to the East Coast Jets.
They're from Seneca Park Polo Club.
East Coast will knock it in. And here we might see a horse race for this ball.
Well, Hedsburg had the lead, and explosive acceleration by Mauricio Diaz. He gets there first.
Look at that turn by Diaz, expertly done. Looks upfield before he lets it go.
Well, that was a golden opportunity there for the Jets. Hedberg was ahead of Diaz, and Diaz just exploded to get past him and turn it around. Here's a shot on goal. Is going to be wide left.
A rare swing and a miss there on the back shot taken by Juan Vidal, number 2 in blue.
Left in Chucker number 4.
No worse for the wearer. Blue will get to knock it in.
Under 2
and a
minutes
miss hit
left.
here. Is this in play? This might be in play. The ball did, in fact, leave the line.
And a shot on goal.
Cross
Nope.
neck.
They can't punch it
Just
in.
wide. Oh, my. What an opportunity there. So close. I believe that was Ann Oniski looking for her 3rd goal of the afternoon, coming that close. But what a tough shot with virtually no angle, and the horse moving away from the goalpost to get to the ball.
Shot out front, driven up front.
So here's Diaz with that good speed. They're written off, though. Well, Diaz ends up with the possession. Hedberg had written him off, but then didn't pick up the ball. Diaz on the attack. Diaz again battling Hedberg.
Look at him go offside and then near side. Now again to the offside where he is getting hooked. And a tanglement there. Somebody's mallet got caught up in the reins.
Halliday misses the back hit.
Under pressure.
Picked up by Diaz.
Mark Mulligan providing that pressure.
Diaz with a solid hit up ahead to Annie O. No one in front of her. Can she get there in time? Nope. Goes out of bounds.
A correction, it was Vidal with the pressure, number 2.
So Brown Daub had an opportunity there to score. Oniski had no one in front of her, but couldn't get there to make a play on the ball.
Second half just as close as the first half, Chris. Each team with a couple of goals as we wrap up the Chucker.
30 seconds left. Vidal trying to take advantage as time is winding down. Didn't get a solid hit that time. Diaz gets ridden off by Hedberg. Shot on goal by Vidal.
Out in front, 10 seconds left.
And it's good. Vidal with a goal with 10 seconds left in the Chucker.
Oh, my. PA announcer asking who got the goal. Vidal reluctantly raising his mallet up. But what an afternoon he is having. Vidal now with his 4th marker of the afternoon.
And that will close out the scoring here in the 4th Chucker. 2 more coming up. You're watching the 2020 edition of the Lehigh Valley Polo Match for Equilibrium.
It looks like there's a lot of organization out there in the field. Unlike football and hockey to have lines that you can see where there's an offsides or whatever, the ball creates a line in the game. So when someone hits the ball, that ball travels wherever it travels, and that generates the line. And if you're on one side of the line or the other, you cannot cross the line unless you ride another rider off. This book is like 2 inches thick. But in general, so it's not a free-for-all out there when they're going after the ball. They have to adhere to what side of the line of the ball they're on. So when you do hear a whistle, a lot of the fouls today have been that basic of offside. So unlike hockey or football where you can see the line on TV, this ball generates the new line, whoever hits it. And each time it's hit, depending on where you are, you have to watch where you are on what side of the line of the ball. So, if that makes sense, that's where it's at. But that is how it is. It's not a free-for-all. So, like Victoria Halliday's out there now, and she's hitting the ball. So she's generating a line of the ball, and she's on the left side of the ball. If her opponent is on the right side of the ball, they have to maintain it. A lot of it has to do with trafficking, to keep people at safety. So the game is considered man, line, ball. So you try to stay with your man, your opponent, and then you have the line, and then you have the ball. And safety is always first for horse and rider, that kind of thing. So there's a lot that goes on out in the field. So she just hit the ball, it's heading, she's staying on the line, and she's going to connect with it again right now in a practice shot. So she just generated another line of the ball. So the person or opponent cannot cross that line of the ball unless they make contact with the other horse and ride the horse off. And in doing so, you have to have horse to horse proportionate to the horse's length. You can't cross-check a horse, and you can't cross-check a rider. You can bump a rider off, and you can be close together and push off the line, but your horse's head has to be lined up with that horse's head and the tail and everything else. So you can't have an unfair advantage or hurt someone or threaten someone's safety. That said, are you having a good time yet? All right. The players want to hear it too, so do the horses, honest to goodness. They like to know that they're playing the people who are digging it and having a good time. It's a fast game. It goes quickly. As you can tell, each chukar is only 7.5 minutes long. And unlike baseball, where you have an inning can last like 4 hours, but it's timed. And many people come to our shows or come to the events and they go, wow, it's over already. I'm like, yeah, it just goes really fast. Let's give it up for our official Steve out there. Steve is a 20-year expert and knows the book inside and out. Often correcting me because I'm just not that smart. Chukar number 5 is about to get underway, so there's 2 chukars left. So now's your chance to really get excited and watch the last 2 chukars.
Ready to start the 5th chukar, 8-8 the score. A last-second goal as we closed out the 4th chukar by Juan Vidal. He now has 6 goals to lead all scorers today. But the contest still very much up for grabs. Neither team is led by more than 2 goals, and we start the 5th chukar tied at 8 apiece. Here's Mark Mulligan taking over with the possession for the Legacy team. Up ahead to Juan Vidal. Can't get there to control the possession. Diaz back for Brown Dog.
It's a great ride-off there we saw by, I believe that was Dave Halliday here in chukar number 5. Or actually, no, I take that back. That must have been Mauricio. Because for this chukar, it'll be Victoria Halliday representing Team Halliday. She's wearing number 2 in red.
Juan Vidal, boy, got double teamed that time. Anio and Diaz both were there. And now we have an infraction that will stop play.
Yeah, so it looked like a right-of-way infraction. Again, cutting off the horse that whose player made the last tap and has the line of the ball. So it looks like East Coast Legacy will have an advantage here. All tied up at 8. Every possession is crucial here with just this and the next chukar to go.
Looks like a 60-yarder.
Juan Vidal will attempt a 60-yard penalty kick. This will be a contested penalty kick, or a penalty hit, excuse me. We had one earlier that was uncontested that they were able to convert. This one is contested. The shot on goal
Look out.
is wide right.
I think that just bored a hole through everything beyond the goal. right through the pavilion, just around a U-Haul truck. Might have a hole in the tire.
Now, obviously, the contested penalty kick is one you would prefer to have. But if you're on defense, do you really want to be there?
Exactly.
I mean, the way these hitters can hit it, and they wind up, you may say, you know, I can block this, but I'd rather just get out of the way of this direction of this ball right now.
You know, with some of the amazing international players, and I'm talking about Argentina, South America, Britain, India, they'll just go high. They'll pop that ball so high over the goalpost, and there's no crossbar for a reason.
There's Diaz with a shot on goal, and he converts it. Brown Daub takes a 9-8 lead on the goal by Diaz. His first here in the second half and his fourth overall.
Diaz, one of those South American-born players that just lights it up. Came to us from New York today, but originally from Costa Rica. Graduate of University of Virginia and studying at University of Penn these days.
Ball's dropped. Legacy team trying to take over the possession and tie this game up again.
Interesting. This is one of the oldest team sports known to man, along with lacrosse, and both of them kind of start out the same way with a big battle at midfield. And the winner of that battle oftentimes will control the match.
And that just does cross the line. It will be Legacy team's possession. Diaz a little upset with himself because he did have a clear lane for the goal, but hit it a little bit too hard and couldn't get there in time to save it. Juan Vidal will take the drop. Actually, it's going to be Mulligan. They gave it to Mulligan to hit, and he's going to tip it back to Vidal.
I'm taking a look at Hedberg. He is out in front, about 40 yards shy of the goalpost, but centering himself with the goalpost, it seems. Let's see if they try to get it to him.
So it will be Vidal with the hit. Nope, he takes a shot on goal direct, and it's off to the left-hand side and no good. So Brown Daub will now get the possession.
That's the challenge with some of these penalty strokes. You've got to take them from the left-right part of the field from where the ball went out. And the harsh angle there, not an easy one to make there as the goalposts get very small from an angle like that. Let's see if Blue can get it back in the offensive end here.
Juan Vidal back for the Legacy team.
Playing the ball, sees that he's being challenged on the offside, and a nice entanglement there.
9-8.
Diaz tied him up. Vidal tips it up to the center line. Diaz with a back hit. Vidal again steps up. Vidal has some momentum. Can he get there before Diaz?
Oh, he wisely goes to the near side. Did he thread the needle? Nope,
off
no.
to the left.
He felt the pressure coming on as really giving chase was Diaz. So he went to the near side, but didn't quite get all of that one. Used the horse almost as a shield for the ball.
Closing minutes of the fifth chukker.
It's a lot of grass to cover in a short amount of time here. Let's see if Brown Daub can get it done. Trying to protect that 9-8 lead.
Diaz hits it strong, but too hard. No one will be able to get there as it goes out of play. We have been here for all 6 years, and I've never seen a team sit on a lead.
No, that's for sure.
Regardless of what kind of score we have going into the last chukker, they still play aggressive from start to finish.
Absolutely, and we're all here for Equi-librium, providing therapeutic riding and carriage driving programs to approximately 100 children, youth, and adults with special needs. Fantastic program. We're seeing the All-Stars here on the field, but I don't know, I think some of the All-Stars are the folks that enjoy the riding that Equi-librium provides. And of course, the horses, the ponies, and the miniature horses that provide all of that great therapy.
Ball was hit to Mark Mulligan. It got tied up, and the ball hit the horse. And Brown Dobb's going to take advantage as Mulligan couldn't find the ball. It was under his horse. Brown Dove on the attack up ahead to Hedberg. But racing back is Mulligan. He was all the way back at the other end. He outruns everybody to get the possession at this side of the field.
Excellent execution.
Boy, and there's a lot to be said for knowing when to put the pedal to the metal and when to kind of rest your horse.
Turn around again.
Vidal with a back hit.
Shot. Anders trying to ride off Mauricio. Here comes Mulligan.
Mulligan's having a day. Oh my, 4 goals so far today. His last one helped his team, East Coast Jets Legacy, climb back into this thing here in the second chukker after Annie Oniski started things off with a brilliant goal.
Vidal hits it out of bounds. So Brown Dove will have it, but not a whole lot of time left.
Steve Conroy, the referee, leaves the ball where it sits. Let's see if it gets teed up by Diaz before he takes this free swing.
Team's equal.
Diaz likes it right where it sits, and will backtrack a little bit to line this one up. He's got Dave Halliday awaiting on the right, but he'll go right for the goal with this shot.
Shoots it off to the left-hand side, and it's going to go out of bounds. Team Legacy with a solid hit. Good angle taken by Diaz to get over there.
Looking for some backup. Anders gets him on backup.
Hedberg now on the attack for the Legacy team.
Hooks him right out of the play. 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left in our fifth chukker.
To my air horn, I'll tell you that. Steve, you got another air horn on you?
Here's the Legacy team. They have an opportunity here. 3 players all in the vicinity for the Legacy team. The shot on goal, though, is off to the right-hand side. And that will do it for the fifth chukker. Legacy team had an opportunity to tie it at the end of the chukker. They cannot convert. And so at the end of 5, Brown Dove holds on and leads by 1.
Both sides. Men and women, riders, and the horses. They were working real hard. They came far to get here, too. They came very far. Far and wide. Aren't the horses beautiful? You get a chance, you can walk over to the trailers and just ask if you can see them and pet them. I often laugh when I see the horses and riders walking together. I think the horses are talking to each other like, yeah. It's another Sunday. What'd you do all week? Oh, we had practice. Had some carrots. Had a lot of grass. We're going into the final chukker, everybody. It's like 9 to 8. Steve Conroy, before you go out, can you come over to the announcers booth, please, for the next chukker? That'd be great, thanks. it's a tight game. It's 9-8, and East Coast Jets has 9, and Brown Dog has 8. And I've seen a lot in polo, so with 7.5 minutes to go, anything can happen. And I mean anything.
As we enter the sixth checker, a little bit of a controversy brewing as they have just announced the score, which is 9-8 Legacy team, although according to all of our records and the goals scored so far, it should be Brown Dobb leading by 1, but they have just announced, unless they made a mistake on the PA, that Legacy team has a 9-8 advantage.
2 seconds left and there was a whistle, and that's where we're at.
Ah, listen to that. Instead of a throw in at the center line or midfield stripe, we're going to have a knock in for Brown Dobb to start off our final chucker. Unless it's a tie at the end, of course. Then we're not quite sure if we'll have a sudden death overtime or not, but we'll find out. This being a charity event for Equi-librium in the Lehigh Valley. Equi-librium.org to learn more.
Here's Juan Vidal getting back first. Strong back hit that time by Vidal.
Ball bounces around a little bit out there on this dry turf. We noticed too, Chris, that there aren't that many divots out there, even at halftime, because of the dry conditions here in Forks Township over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, usually in years past, you see at least a couple hits get a good chunk of earth that comes out, but we have not seen any of those today. Boy, a tough shot by Vidal. Almost came out of his saddle to make a play. But Diaz cuts it off, and Brown Dobb with the possession. Ball went right off the foot. It was kicked by Hedberg's horse.
Hedberg never saw it. He was heading downfield already. A quick turnaround here, though. And look at East Coast with Hedberg behind number 2, Vidal.
I don't know if this is by design, but in the last few minutes we've seen the Legacy team bunching up quite a bit. All 3 riders in the same area. Ball hit by Dave Holliday, who's back on to replace his wife Victoria.
Oh my, back shot from the near side. Thing of beauty there by Vidal, even though it was interrupted by a horse. Bunched up again. I got to hand it to the Iron Man out there, number 3 in blue, Mark Mulligan, playing every chucker for East Coast Legacy. He is the man responsible for this match. Look at this.
And that's a good goal as the Jets score again. Oh, now they've announced it as Brown Dobb. I thought it was Brown Dobb goal. They announced the Jets, but it is in fact a goal for Brown Dobb.
Mauricio Diaz now with his 6th marker, and he breaks the ice here in the 6th chucker. We only had 1 goal in the 5th, and that was Diaz's as well. He's had the last 3 goals for Brown Dobb, 3 of the last 4 in the match, and gives Brown Dobb a 2-goal lead at this point, 10-8.
Although again, on the scoreboard here, they have it 9-9. So
we'll stick with ours. We got 2 scorekeepers going here.
And there's a shot on goal, so
so Brown Dobb starting to find its momentum.
Yeah, they have a 3-goal lead, although they just announced it as tied. But again, Brown Dobb, we believe, has the advantage.
It keeps everybody inspired out there. Maybe we'll have overtime without needing overtime.
Maybe we'll have a divot off to decide the winner.
Get your boots on, everyone. We're going out.
Boy, very aggressive to start is Mulligan. He is a solid hit. Can Holliday get there to deflect it? He does.
Oh, it's still on the doorstep.
Still not in. Oh, now it is. It is.
That's a pony goal right there. We're going to have to give credit to, I believe that's Sondresa underneath Juan Vidal for knocking that one in with a shin. A beautiful goal there. You don't see that too often, but it counts just as much as if it came off a mallet.
And it just barely got in because the scorekeeper down there kind of like hesitated and then waved the flag that it was a good goal right as the ball ran out of momentum.
With 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
3:30 left to play. Does the horse really get credit for the goal? Is that an official scoring decision?
You know what? I think we can pretty much do as we please today. We'll give that horse that goal.
So the people 19, the horse has 1. Shot by Hedberg. He's looking for his first goal of the day, and he has it.
Anders
Hedberg, his first goal of the afternoon.
And on his favorite mount, Peru, he gets the job done. Well done for Anders.
Dan gave the website again, Equi-librium.org. That's what it's all about here today, raising money for this great cause. And make sure you head to the website to see all the great programs they have to offer. Again, a few of them were postponed because of the coronavirus this year, but a lot of great activities all year long. Make sure you check it out and also check their information on how to make donations.
Yeah, you can sponsor a horse. Equilibrium has room for 15 horses.
Holiday with a shot on goal, and it's a good one.
Oh, my.
Dave Holiday with a long goal.
Holiday on the board yet again. And that is, I believe, his hat trick for today. So congratulations to Dave, who was kind enough to offer his officiating services last year in the 5th annual event. Steve Conroy, our umpire today, was unavailable due to the death of his father last year. So we do appreciate Dave's filling in last year and Steve being able to return this year.
Halliday was ridden off that time by Vidal, and I think they're going to blow the whistle on Vidal for encroaching in on that right-off line. We talked about it a few times tonight. You have to maintain a parallel line to the ball, and it looked like Vidal leaned in just a little bit, and that's going to be the penalty.
Who wants Brown Dog to win?
Well, this will be behind the midfield line, so the rest of the mounts will stay pretty much put in short. Here we go. Now a breakout and a fake out at the same time. Both horses went forward and then were turned, and it looks like it'll be a little dribbling down court, if you will, be for
and Diaz
number 3, Diaz.
Diaz with a shot on goal, goes off to the left-hand side, no good. And the Legacy team will take over.
Just a little bit about Mark Mulligan, who's wearing number 3 in blue for East Coast Legacy, an avid player, plugged into the regional polo playing community. A real estate developer as well, renovating architectural treasures such as the Simon Silk Mill and Governor Wolf building. He was approached, or rather he approached Equilibrium with the idea about 7 years ago to put on this demonstration match, and it has been the biggest fundraiser for Equilibrium every year. And in this day and age where nonprofits are having such a challenging time, paying the bills and helping the folks that need them, it's just heartwarming to know that Equilibrium and Mark were able to move forward with this event, a naturally socially distancing event such as Polo, and are still able to raise vital funds for Equilibrium of the Lehigh Valley, keeping those ponies fed. And of course, keeping Equilibrium's many fine clients with the therapy that they so desire.
Final 30 seconds of the 2020 Lehigh Valley Polo match. See if we can have one more goal scored. Holiday inadvertently hits it up ahead to Hedberg, but Hedberg can't take advantage. Brown Dog back the other way. Shot on goal right at the buzzer.
Does it count?
It's
yes! Good. Got to give him that one.
We close out the match with the goal for Brown Daub.
So our count has Brown Daub edging out the blue-clad East Coast Jets Legacy team by the score of 13-10.
I believe it was Halliday that scored that last goal. They haven't announced the official score, but I believe it was Halliday.
Okay, so East Coast.
We're kind of listening
I
in.
don't want to say the wrong thing. Somebody come over here, please.
Well, now the PA announcer wants someone to tell him what the score is.
I know they'll get this sorted out in short order.
And here comes Halliday. He's going to have a word with the public address announcer, Joe Ganser.
And a quick word on the Adopt a Horse program at Equi-librium, Chris. $25 helps to pay for medicine for a therapy horse. $250 a month's worth of feed.
Wins it with the last-second goal, and the teams are going. The players are shaking hands and good sportsmanship, and they're going to do a victory lap. I would hope all the way around.
Okay,
both sides.
well, they have given Brown Daub the victory, although with a different score than what we have. But Brown Daub, either way, is your 2020 Lehigh Valley Polo Match champion.
12-11 sounds way more exciting than 13-10. We'll go with that, I guess.
Yep.
Talking about that Adopt a Horse program, you can see photos of all of the stablemates, all 14 horses, mini horses, and ponies at equi-librium.org. And they're also taking suggestions and applications for any horses, mini horses, and ponies that you may want to donate to the organization. They anticipate having some room at the stable for some new additions. So please get in touch. It's a great organization, and many people in the Lehigh Valley benefit from this great organization.
And another great event here at the Brain Air Park here in 2020. We're glad it came off, and we're glad it went as well as it did. And again, all about raising money for a great cause. So thanks so much for joining us. We'd like to thank all the people with the Equi-librium organization for their help in preparing for the match as the riders do a final victory lap around the Brain Air Park facility.
Great show by Hedberg, Mulligan, Vidal for East Coast Jets. And here we go with Oniski, Hallidays, and Diaz. Just a phenomenal event, Chris. Great working with you. And, of course, Patty does a fantastic job in setting our stage for us.
Yep, I want to thank Patty Ditzel for all of her insights and interviews, for Dan Mowdy for expert commentary, and for our director, Chris Popick, and for the RCN TV crew, bringing you all the sights and sounds of the 6th annual Equi-librium exhibition polo match. On behalf of everyone with Equi-librium and RCN, I'm Chris Michael. Good day, everyone.
We're going to have an awards ceremony. Once they get up here, I would like to introduce two folks from the airport who have been so generous in donating this beautiful venue to us. Kimmy and Jeff.
Yeah, I can do
will
it.
be announcing